gorgeous. I remember when this one debuted. It is kind of a modern take on that traditional Aran stitch. Nice and really long. You can wear it all the way buttoned up, a little bit buttoned up, all the way open. You get those buttons that are dyed to match. But if you can see here, there's a contrast. There's like a background color, and then you really get to appreciate the different stitches with the lighter color. Customer top rated, I mentioned that. Extra, extra small through extra, extra large. I'm 5'2½", and I'm in the extra small. Here are your color choices. This one is the black, but as you can see here, black in the background with this beautiful charcoal gray. It's almost 3D. We have fewer than 100 remaining. Then we have Black Watch. Now this one is a beautiful knit, navy, like rich navy, and then navy mixed with teal to give it that 3D look. We have 5 dozen remaining. You saw it right there. 100% merino wool, handcrafted in Ireland. Here we have Grass Mix. So this one doesn't have the two-tone, but it does. It's just not as obvious on this one. All of those different colors of the darker green. So this one is called, oh, I'm sorry, this one's Army Green, Army Green. This one is Green Mix. So 2 different green choices, very different, and both are last call. So Army Green and Grass Mix. Your item number is A305727. Barry Cullen is joining us via Skype. Oh, and mine too. I'm so sorry. The one I'm wearing is, what is this one? Blue Mix. Blue Mix. We have the berry. Oh, and the beige. That's so stunning. 135-star reviews. Barry Cullen is joining us live via Skype from Ireland. He's a third-generation owner of Aran Crafts. It is such a pleasure to see you, Barry.
Hi, Terry. It's great to see you. Happy Christmas to you.
Happy Christmas. It's so exciting. And I love how you say Happy Christmas.
I almost had a heart attack earlier on when Pat James Dimitri said that there was only 20 days left till Christmas, and suddenly it just hit me.
She's very good at giving us all heart attacks about that. I know. It's truly amazing how fast it goes. I mean, in October, when we start talking about gifting here, I'm like, it's way too early. But then now I'm glad we do that because I got a lot of shopping done. And what an amazing opportunity to bring something made in Ireland that looks like this. You can't get this anywhere else, anywhere near where we are right now.
And as we always say, even if you could find this style in Ireland, you would not be able to find it in the selection of colours that we do for QVC. We deliver more colours to QVC than we do to anybody else, and we can guarantee that for you.
That is true. I was in Scotland about 5 years ago. No, 3 years ago. And 4 maybe, and I saw Aran Craft. I took a picture, and I was like, we have that at QVC. And I remember you saying, you don't have the colors that we have at QVC, and you were right. There might have been black. There was definitely black, maybe some gray, of course green, but that was about it. And in this specific, even in the black one here, you were getting all of that contrast.
Yeah, I think you described it perfectly there. So what you're talking about there with that two-tone effect is a technique called plating, and what that means is that as we're knitting the garment, we use 2 individual colors. So, for example, in the black mix, as we call it, we have a black thread and we have a charcoal thread, and every time they crisscross over each other through the knitting process, you either get the black to the front or you get the charcoal to the front. And that's how you get this beautiful kind of relief stitch, this beautiful two-tone effect where you can see all these cables. Unfortunately, if those accidentally slip to the opposite way, the entire pattern is ruined and we have to start from scratch. So the knitting process
Does that happen?
Monitored really carefully. Oh, it does.
Oh no!
Unfortunately, it's not a foolproof process, so we need to have this monitored all the time when we're knitting a plated style. But I think when you see the results, like the labor-intensive nature of it is kind of, you can really understand that it's worthwhile. And you can get this beautiful sweater, which really is a culmination of all of the things that we try to do in Aran Crafts. We try to take these stitches and these cables and these different patterns that are very much have their beginnings in workwear of these fishermen's sweaters, and to take it and to create something modern, something feminine, something fashion forward. And I think this is a really good example of that. But with the plating, with the different elements of the stitching, like the belted area that's just looking down here, it's really just the illusion of a belt, because as I'm sure you can see as you're wearing it, it's not cinching you in. It's just hitting at the empire line, and it's giving, and it's just causing that break in the pattern, which fools the eye into thinking that it's actually cinched, to come down to these beautiful fisherman's cables that almost come out like the pleats of a skirt.
Oh, look at the bottom too. It's like scalloped. It's a completely different stitch.
It's really, yeah. This was the scalloping and the kind of lace work is inspired by old Irish pointel style lace, and really I think it gives a lovely finish to the garment. It's on the cuffs, we have it matched on the collar, and really it gives a lightness and a kind of a movement to something which almost is reminiscent of the traditional dresses that Irish dancers would wear when they're in competitions, with these beautiful ornate patterns on them. And as you're wearing it, they're completely open. You mentioned you could button up a couple of them. As you can see, there's a lot of buttons on this garment, and I would have loved to have made it with fewer, but really for this length of garment, to get it to sit right, you need to have all these wonderful dyed to match buttons on it. But of course, you can wear it completely open as an edge to edge coat. You don't have to button them all up. You can button up to some in the center. It's very versatile, and we're seeing now that this type of knitwear is being more and more. It's just actual outerwear. If you're in somewhere that just get very cold, this could be your winter coat. But also, because it's merino wool, it is great at regulating your body temperature. So if you're in somewhere where it is that transitional period, like going into spring or going into fall, the Aran stitch captures these little pockets of air, which really balance the body temperature. They control the body temperature, and it means that compared to something that might be a synthetic fiber, it's not going to feel kind of uncomfortable or clammy next to your skin. And I think nowadays we're all making this drive to really towards sustainability. We're trying to buy things that are made of like biodegradable organic materials that are natural and aren't going to cause this microplastic pollution all over the world that we're hearing so much about. And to know that you can get this amount of wool for this amazing price as well, it's really an achievement. And I think, and we're so happy to bring this. And when we see, we make a point of reading all of your reviews as well. The reviews that people leave are so helpful to us. We really appreciate the time people take to write those.
And that's what's so wonderful about QVC. It's almost like you're designing with us, because our customers are so great about being like, I want one longer. I want one that I can button up. I want one that I don't have to button up. I want a poncho. And you'll see within this show, we pretty much have all of those. But I love that you brought up, look at all of this merino wool. This is long. It's 35 inches to 38.5 inches, 100% merino wool. I'm 5'2.5". This goes over my knee, and it's an absolute stunner. Sustainability, this is, I just talked about passing down sterling silver jewelry. This is like a coat, basically, that you will pass down. So it's really certainly sustainable.
And the beautiful thing about merino wool is that it really, the less that you do to it, the better. Really, that we say dry clean only, but really that is only as very much as needed, because there's natural oil in wool called lanolin that helps make it a little bit stain resistant. So really the most you might ever have to do with this is to maybe air it out on a clothesline for 30 minutes. And we call that air washing. And really, as long as you keep it out of a washing machine, this will last you for many, many years.
Oh, decades. $36 is what you're saving today. Price goes up at the end of the day, and we don't have much of the day to go. This is the black. We have 90. This is the black watch. So it actually is navy and teal. We have 60 remaining. This is the army green. Final 8 remain. Grass mix, half a dozen remain. We also have the blue, which is what I'm wearing. It's the blue mix. So next to the black watch, it's a little brighter. 3 dozen only in that color. Here's the beige, very popular. We only have 2 dozen remaining. And the berry. A305727 is your item number. We are celebrating this beautiful, unique heritage and craftsmanship of Ireland.